Alrighty YouTube, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm bringing you more of an informational video about me and how I've been able to make over $100,000 using only TikTok organic. I'm going to be specifically just mentioning TikTok today because I feel like it's a platform that's completely overseen and a lot of people just don't understand it. It's currently 10:26 at night, as you guys can see. So if I'm talking a little bit like skittish, then this is exactly why. It's pretty late at night, so I don't want to wake anybody up. So like I said, a little bit of credibility right here. A couple of my stores, again, I've done over $100,000 on TikTok alone. And yeah, it's a really great app, and I feel like a lot of people just don't understand it. So let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about it. Again, this is going to be completely raw, no cuts, no editing, just straight value to you guys. So if I mess up, I fucking mess up. All right, so everyone who takes advantage of this has an insane edge over 99% of the competition. So you watching this video right now, if you actually watch through the entire video and don't have fucking TikTok brain, you are gonna be at an insane advantage over everybody else in the space that doesn't know about this because, well, I know something that you don't, okay? And again, you will leave this video knowing how to understand TikTok as a platform to print you money consistently and the exact system that I've personally implemented to be able to do this long term. Okay, I'm at a point with TikTok where I'm minimum making 10K a month just from this one platform. All right, consistently. You know, this isn't some pump and dump type of scheme where you're essentially going viral, you know, for a couple of weeks and then your TikTok account dies. No, this is a full-fledged system that I've pretty much been implementing with all of my products, which is why I've been able to have so much longevity when it comes to this specific platform. Okay, so yeah, watch the fucking video. Put the phone down, watch the video, take some notes. Also, I'm not selling you shit, so just fucking watch the video. So we got to understand TikTok as a platform. Okay, so TikTok as a platform is a dynamic social media platform that feeds on creativity, originality, trends. With its algorithm favoring engaging, fresh content, TikTok pushes people to innovate and bring new ideas to the table constantly. So this is a type of platform that is always looking for something new, okay? This is not like Instagram, because Instagram is more of a repurposing platform, because as you guys know, if you guys go on Instagram Reels, you can literally steal people's content, repost it, etc., etc. But with TikTok, you can't necessarily get away with this because the algorithm has pretty much came up with a system where you cannot steal videos and you always have to come up with something new to constantly feed this monster of an algorithm, which is why TikTok is one of the best platforms at the moment when it comes to brain rotting. I mean, you guys probably know watching this video, you hop on TikTok for about 15 minutes, you know, the For You page is completely optimized to what you like and within 15 minutes, like genuinely, which is why it does so good at, you know, being a platform, right? Because of this insane algorithm. So I call TikTok a Bugatti. It's kind of like a Bugatti, a really nice car, right? You could honestly blow up super, super quick. Let me go ahead and go in present mode right here. Oops, did not mean to do that. We're skipping too much here, but essentially with TikTok, right, as a platform, it's like a very nice car. Okay, it's very fast. It can take you to somewhere. It can take you to places super fast. You can gain a lot of traction quick, but it needs the gas. You need to be constantly feeding it gas for it to blow you up, get you traction, continue to go viral, etc. Right? So I like to call TikTok like a Bugatti, right? It's a very nice car that you need the right quality gas for it to take you anywhere you want to go, okay? So yeah, next up, we need to talk about starting and locking in a good account, right? Because in the beginning, you are obviously going to create an account, and you know, this is essential to actually starting, you know, your brand, marketing your product, etc., etc. So right now I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the setup and exactly what you're going to need. Okay, so the setup, right? This should be done for right before all your products get to you. Okay, you want to start a new TikTok account like you normally would. Once the account is made, you want to go ahead and start doing niche research. I don't want to like show you guys too much. You want to do niche research and start getting ideas on content, trends, and sounds that your target audience is currently seeing. So essentially with TikTok, there's no fucking guru like, you know, voodoo type of shit where you have to create an account on a specific day, through a certain setting, through a certain VPN. Guys, TikTok is very straightforward. It's very predictable. It's not like all these other platforms like Instagram where you have to really tap into the settings and, you know, not make too many accounts at once, etc., etc. You have to just make it a fucking account. It's really, really simple, okay? And again, you would just start the account like you normally would, like a normal person. Don't do anything sketchy. Don't make a business account. Just start it up as a normal person. And again, once the account is made, you want to go ahead and start doing niche research to start getting ideas on the type of content that you're going to be making, right? This is super important because at the end of the day, you want to be connected with your target audience and your target demographic to connect with them that much more so you can go ahead and get higher conversions when it comes to your ads, right? You want to actually relate so much more to your audience because those are the type of people that are going to be watching your videos and buying your products. So one example right here is my Merkface profile. If you guys don't know, I am or was the owner of Merkface. I ran this product up. And this is pretty much the profile that I was rocking with on TikTok, right? It's very simple, but it's very branded, right? The profile, simple little Deadpool profile picture, very clean username. I mean, Merkface, it rhymes. It doesn't rhyme, but it's like very clean. And also the bio, as you guys can see, it's very simple, straight to the point, right? You get a little bit about the product, right? The first ever winking Deadpool mask. You get the actual URL of the website and the actual link, right? And this is crucial, right? Because sometimes with TikTok, there comes a point where your actual bio right here, oh my God, that's so fat, Jesus. The actual URL of the website might go away sometimes. It's a glitch going on TikTok. I don't know why. So what I like to do to, again, boost my conversions is to keep the actual URL of the website. So if this doesn't pop up, right? If this doesn't pop up, they can just go ahead and search it up on Google and it'll pop up. Okay. So again, this is kind of like the setup that I got going on. Something that I would do differently right now is instead of pinning the most viral videos, I would go ahead and pin my CTAs, but that's for another video. Okay. If you know, you know. So once the For You page, okay, is optimized, you go ahead and start working on your logo and your bio. Again, super simple. This shouldn't take more than an hour. Okay, this is literally ripped off Google, and the bio, again, super like generic dropshipper kind of thing, but it's good. You want to make sure your bio and logo are simple and clean. Again, you don't want to overdo it in the beginning, and you want to keep scrolling and engaging on content for 10 to 15 minutes every couple of days until your product arrives. So again, when you make a profile, typically you're doing this right before right before the product arrives to your house. And again, you are pretty much optimizing this profile to its fullest potential. Again, making sure that it's only seeing, you know, content that has to relate with your product, as well as you're just fully decking it out, you know. So once the product gets to your house, then you can go ahead and market it. Okay. So next step, how do we actually find winning video concepts, right? This is important because how the fuck are we going to market a certain product if we have no idea how to market it, right? So the first 2 weeks or two, you will be testing different video concepts on a daily basis to see what works. So right when the product gets to your house, you're going straight to testing, okay? This could be trending videos within the niche, winning concepts from competitors, or known organic concepts that have been proven to work. So again, you're tapping into your niche, you're seeing what kind of concepts or viral videos that are going on within that moment, right? So again, if you're running like a fucking, I don't know, like a football product, right? Like American football product, you're optimizing that For You page to only see football stuff. And then you're looking into, you know, viral videos that are going on within the first week or the first month of, you know, you starting that product, right? So again, you can do like super niche research and do really niche down content. Also, you can go into like winning concepts for competitors. So again, if you're doing the burner method and you maybe found this product from a competitor, you can go ahead and start copying his top performers, right? When it comes to his ads. Or you could just do known organic concepts that have been proven to work. So again, this could be your prototype versus final product type of videos, or your contrast videos, before and after, etc., etc. We all know these, okay? So I call this the machine gun phase, okay? The machine gun phase, since you're literally testing as many concepts as you can to see what would work best for your type of product. So again, you're pretty much just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, okay? And what I've noticed from this, right, is that the best, like the concepts that do the best are the ones that are the most relatable to your target audience. It fits their vibe. So going back to, you know, targeting people that like sports, if you can really just relate to your target audience and really fit within that vibe, they're going to relate to you that much more and actually trust you when it comes to buying your product. Because at the end of the day, if you are selling, you know, a product that's very niche, again, I'm going to be mentioning sports, You want to connect as much as possible with your target audience. So A, they trust you, B, they relate to you, and C, they watch your fucking videos. Because at the end of the day, if you are trying to target a certain target demographic, right, of people, you want them to watch your videos, because again, you're going to be on their For You page when they're brain rotting. And how do you expect to actually sell a product if they're not going to watch your fucking videos? So again, you have to make it relatable. All right. Next, I know I'm yapping a lot, so sorry about that, but I just want to make you guys like understand this. So what to do when you find a winning concept. Okay, so once you find an outlier, you go ahead and double down on the style of content. You want to try and perfect your content revolving around this winning concept that you found to maximize the quality and performance. So eventually you will find a concept that goes viral or it gains a lot more traction than the other concepts, right? And this is when you want to actually double down and really maximize the quality of that video. Because for most of us, when we find a winning concept, it's not going to be the best quality video ever, okay? So what we want to do is we want to make sure that the quality is absolutely maximized to its fullest potential so we can actually maximize the performance, right? So, your first video isn't going to be the same as your fifth video, right? So again, we want to make sure that, we're maximizing absolutely everything. I just want to check my camera. Hopefully I'm recording still. Awesome. Perfect. Cool. So I'm going to be showing you guys an actual example with one of my brands, okay, with Markface, which I've linked before on this YouTube channel. And I want you guys to take a look at exactly what I did, okay? So this was right when I started the product, okay? So we're going through every single ad numerically, okay? So this was the first ever ad I ran, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. These are the first 8 ads that I ever made for Markface, all right? So off the bat, you could tell that I was gaining a lot of traction in the beginning, right? This product alone was super viral. It was very intrinsically viral. I was the first one to do it, so that's why I was getting insane amounts of views, right? My first video did 1 million views. My second did 2.6, and then you guys can see we were getting a shit ton of views for the first 8 videos, right? You probably won't be seeing this in the beginning unless you are an absolute organic demon and you're finding an untapped product, but I want you to see something here, right? As you guys can see, we have red check marks and then we have yellow check marks, okay? So these 3 red check marks pretty much means that I was following a certain video concepts, right? So these 3 videos, I was doing unboxings, right? I was doing an unboxing of the actual mask with a nice little text hook. And as you guys can see, they were performing amazing, right? So right here, I was actually doing the machine gun phase, the testing phase, whatever you want to call it. And I was kind of seeing what type of concepts were, gonna go viral for me. So as you guys can see, my first 3 videos were unboxing videos. They did amazing. And then I did a contrast video pretty much comparing a shittier version of the mask, and again, it did it very, very good. So again, I was just testing. I was kind of saying, okay, what works, what doesn't. And again, you can see a couple of videos here that just did not work, but again, I was kind of testing. And so once I saw this, I was like, all right, well, the unboxing videos seem to be doing really good. Also, the contrast videos seem to be doing good as well, so let me go ahead and stick to doing that. So if we go down, these are going to be the next 16 videos that I made. And as you guys can see, we are seeing a fuckload of progress, right? We are seeing a variety of unboxing videos and contrast videos, right? So we're seeing 8 different contrast videos and 2 different unboxing videos, right? The 2 unboxing videos that I did, got me 4.1 million views and then 49K. But then I was like, all right, well, clearly this wasn't going to get me a lot of views because again, I was just still testing, right? So I was like, fuck it. I was going to do more, contrast videos. So I did. And as you guys can see, the first one I did, it got 35K. This one kind of flopped, but then this one did 123K, 300K, and then 1.8 million. I was like, holy shit, these contrast videos do amazing. So I kept on doing it. 173,000, 900,000, 184,000, 80K, etc., etc. You get the gist here, right? I was essentially looking at the data from the first 8 videos. I saw that 2 concepts were doing good, and then I went ahead and started making more of them, right? I doubled down on what was working, made them a lot better, got more creative with my videos, and as you guys can see, it got me a lot more views. Again, doing a combination of unboxing and contrast videos, right? So yeah, this is really just looking over the data and analytically looking at what works and what isn't working, because with TikTok, you really do need to study the data and see what the platform likes and what it doesn't like. Because again, you have to understand that it's a fucking monster that you have to consistently be feeding, okay? And you're gonna learn a lot more about this now, okay? So Obviously, you need to monitor your content and start adapting, because eventually, right, these winning concepts that you have, they won't last forever, especially on TikTok. Like, you guys know this. This is a very short-term kind of platform. Things die down a lot quicker. Like, you guys can blow up super quick, but you guys can also die super quick. You know what I'm saying? So this is where most people start to actually freak out. This is normal on TikTok, like I said, since the algorithm is always seeking something new for the audience and the platform. So this is where we have to adapt and go back to the machine gun phase to continue to find winning concepts and actually get more creative, right? Because this is when the platform is demanding for you to get more creative. It's like, listen, man, you have done all these different videos and we gave you so many fucking views. Now you need to do a little bit more, right? You need to do more. You need to start working for these views, right? And this is where people actually just fucking give up, because people don't want to put in the work and they're like, oh, my product's done, I have to fucking move on to a new one. Bro, you haven't even touched the fucking surface yet, bro. And this is what I'm talking about. So going back to Merc phase, again, this is all numerical. So this is right after these other videos. You guys can see that I went back to the machine gun phase. So I was testing a whole bunch of different other concepts, right? I was doing very niche down concepts. I was doing unboxing videos. I was doing just a whole bunch of bullshit. But as you guys can see, right, we were still doing these contrast videos. They were still performing relatively well, right? We had 140K, almost, 280,000, and then down here, almost 70,000 views, right? So again, things started to die down a bit. Obviously, I wasn't going crazy like before, but a couple of concepts were still making me a good amount of money, right? But things were slowly dying down. I mean, you guys are seeing like here, like 3K views, like things were going to shit, right? So this is when I was doing the machine gun phase at its finest, and I was really tapping into a couple of things, right? I was tapping into very niche content and AI content, doing AI voiceovers. So again, this is immediately after these videos. I made about 8 videos. Yeah, 8 videos. And I tried something completely different. I did a super niche down video that had to do with the movie. Got me 400,000 views. And again, this converted a lot better because the targeting was so much better, because I was really targeting the die-hard Deadpool fans that were watching the movie at the time. So I did a combination of niche content as well as these AI voiceover content that did really good. So 26K. And then I got another video with almost 260,000 views. So again, I noticed a trend here. I was like, all right, well, niche content's doing good. AI content completely new, and it's doing relatively good. So let me go ahead and double down on what's working again. And I went ahead and did that. So if we go down here, this is right after these videos were posted. Again, wasn't gaining a lot of traction, still was doing the machine gun method right about here. And then I doubled the fuck down on the AI content. So again, as you guys see in orange right here, these are all my videos that I did with AI voiceovers. And again, this got over like 2 million views. Sorry if my math is incorrect, but I'm assuming it definitely got more than 1.5 million views. And again, I just read the data. I was like, all right, AI voiceovers are doing good. Let me go ahead and double down, come up with some creative concepts, and boom, it fucking worked. Made like an extra 10 grand off this. So again, guys, you have to look at the data and really and truly analyze it, because this is how you optimize for longevity on the platform, right? This isn't like Instagram where you can go ahead and fucking repost the same video over and over again and make a couple racks. This is a completely different monster. It's always seeking for something new. All right, so now we're really gonna get into the sauce. Let me go ahead and take a sip of water. If you've made it this far, you're an absolute G, and you deserve to learn about this new fucking concept that I pretty much learned. So again, hopefully you guys are taking notes. Hopefully you guys aren't brain rot and you guys are still watching the video, because this is where it's gonna get good, okay? So owning a concept on TikTok. Okay, this is something that took me a while to find out, but it is 100% real. Okay, once you have a relatively big account with 10,000 plus followers, you can actually own a certain concept. Okay, a video concept. This is where TikTok favorites your account for that particular concept and keeps feeding you views, even if the competitors try and copy you. Doesn't that sound crazy? So you must have multiple variations of the product to successfully be able to do this efficiently, right? This is not a must. I must admit, this is not a must, but if you want to have the longevity, you really do need multiple variations of the product. Okay, so it's not a must, but if you really, really want to make a lot of money, like $100,000, you need to have multiple variations, okay? And let me explain exactly how this looks. All right, so today I'm gonna be talking about two different accounts, two very big accounts on TikTok. Again, if you guys do the burner method or have been in this space for a relatively long period of time, you guys probably know, you definitely know this brand, maybe not this one, but these are two accounts that have been doing this exact method for months, bro. 6 months minimum. I think Scorpion Shot's been around for like damn near a year. And so what Scorpion Shot did, we're gonna start with Scorpion Shot, is they pretty much grew this account with over 500,000 followers. Okay, that's insane on TikTok. And pretty much they came up with this video concept of these AI voiceover fidget gun videos. Okay, so these guys, right, in the beginning of this fidget gun toy, if we go ahead and take a look at the profile, you guys are going to be able to see that in the beginning. So if we go to oldest videos, I'm not a fucking bot, TikTok. You guys can see that these guys started marketing this product in 2023. Okay, so a long time ago, 2 years ago, damn near. And you guys can see that off the bat, they were pretty much claiming this concept. They came up with this concept, I'm pretty sure, I want to say. And as time went on, I don't know why my thing is tripping, why it says 0 views. Let's go ahead and give it a little refresh. Don't fuck me, TikTok. I'm literally trying to record a video. Awesome. You guys can see that off the bat, these guys are getting like crazy traction, like 44K views. Then they pop off, 57K views. They're just getting hella views in the beginning of their account. But as you guys can see, they start doing more views, right? 2.8 million, 280K, etc., etc. You guys get the point. These guys were blowing the fuck up. But if you guys take a look at the actual video concept, right? These are some like AI voiceover fidget gun videos. Okay, I'm not really trying to like play it because I'm not trying to get copyrighted, but essentially what these guys are doing are they're just showcasing the product with the AI voiceover, and they're making it just look fucking cool, right? But as you guys can tell, when I said you want multiple variations of the product to successfully be able to do this, in the beginning, they only had this little baby fidget gun, right? But then they introduced another variant, right? They were introducing these Glock variations, these larger variations that, again, started to go viral again. So again, 500K, 3 million views, 500K. What happens next? Their videos start to die down slowly. Obviously, TikTok isn't going to be the type of platform to give you views forever. So what do? They introduce a fucking Desert Eagle. They introduce a revolver. They introduce other variations of the pistol. So again, the TikTok algorithm is thinking of like, it's literally just giving them these views because it's like honestly different content, right? These are different variations, different types of concepts, with different guns, right? So each gun is considered like a new kind of video for the platform, which is why Scorpion Shot has been able to have this longevity, because again, he's introducing new guns every fucking week, damn near. AR variation, sniper variation. I mean, guys, look at the views. This is insane for TikTok. There's so much consistency here because he's always introducing new variations, right? He's sticking with the winning concept, but he's constantly adding new variations into the roundtable to consistently get views. You know what I'm saying? So again, you guys can see like guys printing fucking views, like 5 million views. It's insane. But eventually nothing lasts forever. So as you guys can see, his videos start to die down a little bit down here, 26K, 39K, whatever. Still crazy views. But again, remember, this guy has like 400K followers. He then goes ahead and changes the concepts, right? He goes ahead and starts doing these types of concepts that are a little bit more rage bait, engagement baiting, where you're essentially just like, hey, whoever comments gets this blaster, whoever likes gets this blaster. And again, he finds a new winning concept, and then he goes ahead and ties a new variation to it. So where the fuck is the video? Where did it go? Yeah, right here. So 800K. Then he does the same thing, but then introduces different variations. So he does like a banana, a fucking sniper, a little pistol, 600K. Does the same thing with like a Glock variation. Obviously he's introducing new stuff, but still keeping that winning concept that he found. And then 500K, 700K. You guys get the gist here, right? And now I think that he's at a point where this concept is no longer working for him, right? Obviously, like, fucking printed in money, but now he's at a point where he was like testing something new. So again, he's back to the machine gun phase testing, and eventually he'll find a winning concept and go ahead and run it the fuck up with all these variations of these guns that this guy has. Okay, so this is the first example. Hopefully you guys are still getting this. The second example right here is Shop Swavio. Okay, this is actually a product that I actually ran in the past. It's funny that I'm popping this up, but if we go to the oldest videos right here, this guy started with this first variation of this jewelry piece. Again, this guy's selling jewelry, guys. Okay, so this is very niche couple kind of thing. And again, he was starting off with these little bracelets, and then eventually he came up with this concept right here, where he's literally just unboxing the bracelet, and it's like in a dark room. It's very organic. It doesn't really scream out like ad, and this gets 1.1 million views. He's like, okay. He read the data. He said, all right, let me go ahead and do it again. He does it again, but he go ahead, and he added like a new variation of the product with some packaging, and then it included a ring instead. So again, this video did 2.5 million. And so you see a trend here. This guy analyzed the data, and then he just doubled down. So he's doubling down right here, doubling down. And then guess what he does? He introduces a new variation towards this part right here, which is the fucking teddy bear variation right here. This one absolutely ripped. So once, again, he was still getting crazy views, but once he actually introduced this teddy bear variation, he got 25 million fucking views. So he got 25 million with the red one, 8.4 million with this color, and etc., printing views. So as you guys can see, both accounts found a winning concept and then introduced different variants within that winning concept to continue to print them money. Because now Suevio is no longer doing the teddy bear. He's doing, I think he went back to these, and then now he's doing something else. I mean, damn, he's still doing the teddy bear with different colors. Yeah, he's still doing that, doing a couple UGC videos, and you guys can see how he's evolving. He's evolving to the platform and seeing what the platform wants from him, because again, no longer are these teddy bear videos working. Actually, they still kind of are. Holy shit, he's still ripping. But you guys gonna kind of get the gist here, right? He's kind of switching up his concepts right here, and again, you have to essentially adapt. You have to adapt to these platforms, right? These two accounts are still ripping and literally printing money every single day on TikTok because they're adapting, right? They're adapting to the algorithm, and they're adapting to what it wants, right? Once a winning concept dies down, they go back to the machine gun method and they find other concepts, and then they rinse and repeat. But this is why I'm talking about it's super important to actually have multiple variations of the product to be able to do this for a long period of time. Because with Merkface, right? With Merkface, I only had one variation, right? It was the fucking mask. So obviously this was kind of like a little pump and dump product, because A, the product really wasn't good, and B, there was only one variation of it. But imagine, I had different variations of the Deadpool winking mask, or I was, introducing new superheroes, etc., and just, rinsing and repeating these winning concepts with the new variations. You hear what I'm saying? So yeah, this is pretty much the TikTok little money glitch that I've been rinsing and repeating for these last couple of months, which has literally made me over $100,000. So the final takeaways of this is that TikTok is, again, one of the most overlooked platforms in the organic dropshipping space, because most people, like I said, are too lazy to keep up with it or to adapt to its algorithm. They try for a bit, they don't see instant success, and they give up, when in reality there's a clear formula to making it work long term. Again, I've already laid out the exact system for you. If you follow it, you won't have a problem. Unlike Instagram, where you need to have a primed account and look for views, TikTok is way more predictable and data driven. So I like the whole sense of like being predictable and really just taking a look at data, because again, TikTok is so much more predictable. There's no like having to have a primed account, praying to get views, right? I'm not saying it's like better or worse. I'm just saying it's just a different platform that's typically misunderstood, and a lot of people just completely oversee it. They're just only focusing on the Instagram method and not even like trying to put in the work for TikTok. Like, why not do both? Why not print on Instagram and also print on TikTok if you actually learn how to like use it? You know what I'm saying? And hopefully this video actually taught you how to use TikTok effectively to be able to do both, right? Because again, if I'm making $100,000 alone on TikTok, and also, having a primed Instagram account with multiple products, then bro, you have a completely other funnel of revenue. You know what I'm saying? So why just completely neglect TikTok, right? So again, this is why I mastered it so quickly. It's literally handing out money and views. You just have to understand what it wants and go all in. Again, TikTok is literally just a very nice car. It's very fast. It can get you a lot of views quick, but you need to give it the right gas and always consistently be feeding it gas, because again, these really fast cars they fucking eat up gas, okay? And again, this is how I've been able to generate these results in a couple of months just with TikTok alone. These are a couple of brands you guys can go ahead and check out. And again, this is pretty much the whole system that I've built out when it comes to TikTok organic and how to actually succeed on it. Because again, you guys can go ahead and take a look at these brands that are still ripping till this day. So again, if you guys did enjoy this video or found any sort of value within it, please drop a like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Also, if you do want to work one-on-one with me personally, where I literally teach you everything, take a look in the description below and you'll find a little bit more information on that. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy this style of content, style of video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.